Hey guys, I'm back with another one of my collectibles. Today I am showing off my Transformers masterpiece Ratchet. I've been stacking my orders together, so this one has been in my stack, and I finally shipped it and received him. So let's go ahead and unbox him and take a look. Alright, so you can see here's the front of the box. Very nice artwork. And back of the box. So pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and open him up here. Alright. We'll put the box off to the side. Alright, so here is what you get with him. Here is the instruction booklet. Let's go ahead and let's open all this up, since I'm going to want to put some stickers on them as well. Alright. So that's cool. You get the little heartbeat indicator for the window. That's neat. And you get a variety of stickers. I guess they had some legal issues with providing an actual solid Red Cross. I guess the Red Cross actually had some legal issues with them, so they weren't allowed to give us an actual Red Cross. So they gave us this. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these two stickers right here, and essentially I'm going to cut out the cross itself and then apply just the cross itself. So it's cool that they were able to do this, because there's plenty of spacing there for you to actually cut that out all nice and neat. And so I'm going to do that. Alright, you get the bio card, obviously. You get some Japanese something about gifts, and then you get the instructions. So let's go ahead and we'll put all this aside, and let's take a look and see what we get with the figure. So here is the box. Let's go ahead and we'll open up. I guess there's no tape on that side there, so there's looks like there's tape there. And let's see, how do I want to open this? I guess I can just keep that one side taped. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll pull out Ratchet himself and put him right there. And you can see there's a lot of accessories that actually come. Okay, there's actually this secondary tray, it looks like, is also taped. So go ahead and remove that. That's going to have more accessories, it looks like. I've got stuff falling all over the place. You know, the funny thing is I probably won't really use the majority of these accessories, but I'll go ahead and take a look at them anyway. So you get all these all the weapons and extra face and all kinds of fun stuff there. The tools, I'll use the tools, because that's kind of cool to have him have a wrench in his hand. So that's kind of neat. So we got that. We've got a missile, we've got the launcher, we've got the tray. I mean, honestly, that's going to stay in the box. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to display it with that or not. I'll have to make that decision later as far as my actual display itself. You get so many of these accessories. You get the gun, you know. I mean, you know, the way I look at it is I kind of wish the figures were actually a little bit cheaper and not have all the accessories, but, you know, a lot of the stuff, honestly, I just keep in the box. It just doesn't fit actually in my display. So But it's definitely nice. It's nice, I guess, that they're giving it to us. So we'll go ahead and put all that aside, and we'll check out the main event. The main event here is Ratchet, and wow, this is awesome. I mean, this is the same thing as how Ironhide was. Obviously, they're the same mold, but I really like this in the white. In the white deco. It really looks very, very nice. So you can just see, you know, the chrome on the front end, which is really nice there. Here's the bottom of him. So I mean, for van mode, you know, he rolls real nice. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, for it really does, you know, pay homage to the original G1 toy. So it's very, very nice. We'll go ahead and we'll get ready for transforming him. Alright, so the first thing we'll do here is we will press down this the siren. You basically just press it down, it kind of locks into place. Then we'll go ahead and we'll lift up the back portion of the hatch itself. Alright, so the next thing we'll do is we'll basically bring that down like that, and then we'll take the sides and essentially just basically pop up the two side windows. So you're gonna have something that's gonna kind of look like that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we will swing this piece up here, and we will basically do the same thing there. Basically swing that up. Alright, so basically we have kind of something like this at this point. So that's kind of where you're at in the transformation there. Okay, so next thing you'll do is you'll basically just go ahead and basically just tab in these little pieces on the side here. These will actually tab in. So you're gonna have something that's gonna kind of look like that at this point. That's where you should be at in the transformation steps. Alright, so the next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll turn this to the side, and we'll basically, we got to pull this forward. So I'm just going to hold this. You're going to pull this forward, and then basically this is going to be a little tricky. Just keep your arms kind of compressed here on the side. And then this piece is going to have to come down, essentially. This is a little bit of a tricky part, but basically you have to kind of bring it down so it's over the side windows essentially, and then once you have it kind of down, you're going to basically push it kind of in. So it's going to be kind of essentially like that is what you're looking to get. It is a little tricky. It's kind of a double hinge that makes that all kind of happen, but this is kind of what you're going to end up with here, essentially. Just take your time with it, and it'll work just fine. But this is where you should be at in the actual transformation itself. Okay, so. Alright, so next part is not that bad. You're just going to basically fold these. There's these little hinges right here. You're essentially going to be locking the arm together. So you're going to be basically folding the hinge down and then basically pressing it in so it locks. So do the same thing over here. You're going to take this hinge, and you're basically going to, the idea is you just want to get the shoulder essentially locked in. So that creates a real nice strong lock essentially for the shoulders, and then we can go ahead and I love the ratchet. That's a really good feeling ratchet. I love that as far as engineering, real nice and clicky. So we can just do that at this point. and we'll turn him around here, and that's where you should be at in the transformation. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll basically we'll split the legs, and then once we have the legs split, we'll go ahead and pull down just a little bit to extend the thigh. Just pull it down like that, and then we'll go and we'll take the actual tire itself. Oops. And this is a double joint, so you kind of pull it out, and then it kind of tucks in real nicely like that. So do the same thing where you're basically gonna kind of pull it out. It has that double joint essentially, and then you'll turn it and press it in like that. So that's kind of where you should be at in the transformation. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and we'll take this side panel here. Okay, and we'll basically swing the side panel around so that's flat. So basically do the same thing. You basically take the side panel and you kind of turn it, so then you have something that looks like that. And then you'll take these panels here and you'll basically push them down. Okay, so that's what the side panels look like, and so now, alright, so we'll just go ahead and we'll pull the little bumper down, and we can go to the other side and basically have the heel spur, not the heel spur, but the foot. You basically turn that around, do the same thing for your other leg. You're basically pulling the bumper out, and then go to the other side of the figure, and you're basically gonna turn it so you have the feet like that. And now we should be able to turn the actual leg itself. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn the leg to the front there, and we'll do the same thing with this. And so now we essentially have two legs. So that's where we are in the transformation at this point. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll turn him on his side, and so now we've got a little tab that's down here, so we're gonna have to go and we're gonna have to pull this side panel kind of out towards you, and just let that tab kind of come out. And then the same thing on this side, there's gonna be that little tab right there. So once you have that tab kind of out, you just kind of pull it out, so you kind of have something that looks like that essentially. All right, so now that we have this out here, you should be able to basically pull this front forward. So we'll go ahead and we'll try to pull this front assembly forward, kind of like that. Now for me, I'm going to actually install this. This will be a good time to actually install this this little piece here. Let me see. This is going to slide in kind of like that. Okay. There's not a whole lot of room, but you should be able to kind of get that in there. So for me, that's how I'm going to display him. I'm going to have his little heartbeat indicator like that. And then the idea is you basically take this whole assembly, and these little tabs that are right there are going to kind of lock into place. So you can see you just kind of squeeze that together, and now you have that chest assembly is essentially locked into place. Alright, so one thing that I actually forgot to do is I'm going to have to pull this whole thing forward again. So I'm going to pull this assembly forward, and there's a little piece down here Let me see if I can get this on camera. I'm going to turn this to the side. There's a little piece down here that you basically flip out. So we'll go ahead and flip this little piece forward, okay? So that you want to have that actual piece kind of out like that. So once you have it out, let's go ahead and basically squeeze the chest back so it's nice and tight. So it's a real solid feel. And so now you're going to be kind of in this part of the transformation mode, essentially. That's kind of what you're going to have. So you're going to have this piece right here is going to be essentially showing. Okay. All right, so now we should be at a point that we can swing the legs forward. So you basically can lift up and essentially just put the legs forward like that. Let me go ahead and bring the camera up just a little bit here so we can kind of see the rest. All right, so now essentially we're going to go and take these side panels here and turn them. So you're going to turn your side panels so the wheels are kind of like that. And then these wheels are actually going to plug into the back, so they kind of slide in and they go into this little slot right there. So basically you're going to push that in and they're going to slot in, and it's a real tight fit, super tight. I mean, it feels, that's what I love about Ironhide, the Ironhide mold, the ratchet mold. The mold is real solid. It's just a good feeling. All right, so now that we have that, we are getting close to completing our transformation. All right, so we can open up his arms and basically flip this out, and then you're going to extend this joint, and then there's a little panel, and we'll smush that panel in there, and then we should have one of his arms. Do the same thing for this arm, basically fold this down, pull out his fist, and then this is going to kind of come out like that on that joint. And then we'll go ahead and push this down, and that will go kind of like that. So now we should have two arms essentially. Okay. Now we should have something like this. Turn his fists. So now he is looking like Ratchet. So there you go. That is the transformation of Ratchet. All right, so now we have him transformed, and yeah, I mean, I'm happy with him. I believe. I really think he looks good. There's definitely there's obviously a lot of white on him, but it's got a good feel to it. It's just a good feeling toy. I mean, the plastic is real good as far as it just has a good feel. I guess you would call it like a hand feel. All right, so now that we have Ratchet transformed, I'm going to go and attempt to put the crosses on his arms. So I'm going to have to go ahead and I'm going to take this, essentially I'm going to take this decal here, these two, and I'm going to try to cut them out and then apply them to the shoulder. Alright guys, so basically I have cut out, I mean the first thing I did, and I don't like cutting sticker sheets, but this was the only way I could figure out how to do it. So I actually cut out these two from the sticker sheet, and then I cut them into two pieces, so now I have two of these. And the next thing I did is I actually cut along the edges of each of the squares. I found that was the best way to do it. So I just cut along the edge of each of these little squares and left a little bit of the overhang. And this is kind of what I ended up with, is something like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you can use an X-Acto knife or a razor blade, and basically I'm going to start peeling a little bit of this away, essentially, and then I'm going to put this just on the tip of my X-Acto or my razor blade. So this is how I usually apply stickers, is I just put it on the tip, and then so now I have something like this essentially, and I'm not touching it. This is really kind of the best way to do it. So now you have kind of a cross, and you've got it on your razor. The next place, this is going to be a little bit tricky, and I'll start with the right side, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it. So basically with the razor blade you have all this momentum of being able to do whatever you want with the sticker, and that's like the best way to apply stickers. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of stickers, but this is the best way that I've found to apply stickers. So basically the idea is you have full mobility of the sticker, and you can essentially place it kind of wherever you want to place it. So I'm going to go ahead and basically line it up, and okay, I'm going to try to get it back on my edge. It's real sticky, and I want to line it up as best as I can. I think that's pretty much the best I'm going to get it. So now that I have it on there, I'm just going to basically just push that down. And there we go. I have one of those on his arm. So that's kind of cool. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do the other one. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I just cut out my secondary cross, and we'll go ahead and do the same thing. And this is another good thing to wear gloves, because it doesn't stick to your hands. So we'll go ahead and we'll pull off one of the edges. We'll stick it to the edge of my razor blade. So now we have another cross. Just want to match it up to make sure pretty much going to be the same. This is going to be a little bit more tricky because it's on the other side. So I'm going to have to probably position my razor blade on this side actually. I'm probably going to essentially be like that. Alright, so there you have it, guys. That's Ratchet with the crosses. You know, the way I look at it is if I want to, I'm sure I could find someone who's selling the sticker sheet and just buy another sticker sheet. I hate actually cutting that, but unfortunately in this matter Takara didn't really leave us any choice, unfortunately, because of that, you know, they weren't able to actually apply them as tampos because of the red cross. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a different faceplate. So right now that's the face that he actually comes with. All you have to do is really just pop it off. It's very, very simple. So you just pop them off. There's his face. And I think I'm going to put the other face on. It just seems like it's more animated. So you basically, it's very easy, just squish it in. So that's kind of cool. So let's go ahead and see if I can show you that face there. So that's kind of cool. He looks a little more happy. Maybe he's trying to speak or something like that. I kind of like that. It's just more of a dynamic head sculpt. So that's kind of cool. So we'll go ahead and we will leave that on for now. And then I think what I'm going to do is, I know on the back of the box it showed some other different features of him. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use his arc welder. So I'm going to go ahead and try his arc welder. So let's go ahead and put that back. And for his arc welder, what we're going to do is we're basically going to fold his fist back in, tab that back up, and then you'll have a nice little tab on the end here. And we'll go ahead and we'll plug in the arc welder. It should just pop right in kind of like that, and I believe that is the correct orientation. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, this top part is supposed to be on the top there. So alright, so we'll go ahead, and now that we have the arc welder on, we'll put this really cool effect on here. If you've ever done arc welding, this is basically, you're going to have all kinds of sparks and stuff. So go ahead and we'll put that effect on there, and that way if I want to put him in a display with him kind of, you know, I think I'm going to try to make like a little repair bay, you know, Ratchet's repair bay essentially. And I think I'm going to have him using this effect and possibly working on other Autobots. So I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. So I think that's a really cool effect. Like I said, that's, you know, just really neat to have that type of a effect essentially. So, and that's replicates very, very well of what an arc welder is going to do as far as that's concerned. And then I think on his other hand, I think I'm going to put I'll put a wrench in his other hand. So we'll just go ahead and I guess, I mean, it doesn't really, he just can kind of close his hand like that. So I think I'll do something like that. But yeah, I'm really happy with this figure, guys. I'm really happy. I really love seeing Ratchet come to life. I think they did a wonderful job. Wonderful job with this figure. Not too keen on the back area, but that's it's acceptable. You know, I'm going to have him in some sort of pose. He's got really nice joints. You can put him in a kind of a sitting position if you wanted to, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with him. Very happy. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this video. So just go ahead and leave some comments if you want. If you don't, that's cool. Doesn't matter. You know, I do like interacting with everyone who's into Transformers, and So it's been fun. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is Transformers Masterpiece Ratchet, and hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.